students need to know exams is not there to kill them. Exams is just there to evaluate.
Because hatuwezi pima sema ati watoto sasa ndio wajulikane this one deserves to go to the next class. Ati wapimwe weight. Hawezi pimwa weight. So ni mtihani. So because now these people have to do an exam, why are they running away from exams to a point of banning schools? Because ati sasa mtihani itafanywa. And exams have been there and they will always be there. Thank you, and welcome. This is Wema Tv, Dialogue at the Well. We come to you every Saturday where we bring you a show, and we are always there to engage you. We are always there to show you and inform our young people. As we say that we are facing a generation that is needs a lot of information, and as we have always said, it is better to be uninformed than to be misinformed. We have a lot of old generation that is carrying a very wrong information. They are carrying a lot of stuff that is not necessary, that is not fit, that is not good, that is not going to help them or do so much that is needed for this generation. And today we are ready for you. We want to engage you. I want to speak, want to share, want to engage in a very crucial matter. But before we get into a special topic today, we have a great and a wonderful guest that is together with us today and is going to introduce himself as we delve into the show. Welcome, sir.
Thank you so much, Mr. Duga. And I really appreciate Wema TV at large and the family of Wema TV. My name is Mr. William Munyoki, the director of Michelle Winners High School, teacher in Michelle, whereby we run a school in Githurai. The school is in Githurai 44, a secondary school. So, and apart from that, I'm also a minister. I'm a man of God, ministering in a church called Jesus Life Evangelistic Ministry, and Bishop Catherine Gitaro.
Wow.
And those are my names.
Welcome, sir, and we are glad that you honored our invitation.
Thank you so
much. As a teacher and as a minister, I want to believe that you have been in one way or the other, been involved in some of the issues that are happening around.
Exactly.
And being a dialogue at the well, we have always been there to bring solutions, to bring about, or to look into the issues that are happening around. And there is an issue that is so hot that is hitting headlines every day for the past 2 or so weeks, whereby our young people, our young generation rather, that is in schools, specifically in high schools, is getting involved in, touching some of their rooms, their bedrooms, and some of these places. And as a teacher, I want to believe that you are in a position of seeing what is happening. Either you are at the receiving end, or you have been involved in one way or the other, or even through a relative, and being a person that is engaging or getting involved with the student every day. I want to believe that there is a lot of information that you have about young people, or rather in this case, the student. And as a teacher, I would wish to engage you briefly on this matter. What is really happening? What is happening with our young people? Because is a season, and is turning out to be a very bad season. Actually, for some few years ago, this thing was not so much into our schools, but it seems that it is a vice that is coming up all over again. And I don't know about the banning of schools, the banning of the dormitories in different schools from different corners of this country. I don't know what is happening, and that's why we have you today. Basically, why? Who is failing? Tuambie, ni mashule ama ni wanafunzi ama ni pande gani? Who is not doing what they are supposed to do?
It is a very hot agenda, and first of all, whatever is happening in Kenya today, and especially with our young children, those are the students, you find there are a lot of things that are being contributed with this banning of school, whereby one, it is especially this time around the year of 2021. This is the only year, as a teacher, I can say that we are now, it is an historical year because we have witnessed a school like Buruburu Girls School. We have never seen girls banning school. Most of the time we've been witnessing for boys. But it is unfortunately that something is wrong. And what are these reasons? Look at our schools. There are so many things causing this. One, we may blame parents first, because I'm a teacher, and I find that parents, they have parents, it have come a point that parents, they have run away from their duties, and they don't want to show concern to their children. At the end of the day, you've taken a student to school, you don't want to show concern. Like with us, we have what is called academic clinic. You need to visit your child every time and every now and then. But now, you've taken your student to school, you are not concerned with him or her. Then at the end of the day, you've taken all the burden to a teacher. Now you find that a teacher cannot handle everything. And apart from that, you find that when these students come back from home, especially we are still under this pandemic, you find that students are still suffering from what? A mental problem. One, some of the students that are coming back, they are suffering from drugs. We may say we may say that things that are contributing from banning of school and dormitory. One, we may talk about drugs. Once these students have come back from home, remember they were at home. And as teachers, they believe that when students are at home, they are under the care of parents. Now, when they come back to school, they come to school when there are other people. So now, here comes this case. The students themselves, when they were at home, they engage and they mingle with different people. They've been using drugs. The use of drugs have affected our students at large, in a very big, what I will talk about in a very big way. And it have affected our students at a place that they cannot even control themselves.
Mwalim, there is something that I'm getting on the issue of drugs and the students. From statistics, the students were at home for around 9 months. That is close to 1 year. Because 9 months is quite a long period that they were supposed to be in school. Do you want to tell us that they got involved into some kind of phases that have, they have changed them rather from being students or being good students?
Now, one thing you must understand that these students, when they were at home for 9 months, one thing, they lacked counselors. And when they are in school, you find that teachers are playing a very major role to these students. Now, when they break up for almost 9 months, you can imagine a student sitting home for 9 months and the generation which that we are today. Now, this student is having friends outside there. Now, when and we find that most of parents nowadays, they have that slogan of that tumeenda kazi tutarudi late. They just met with their students or their children at late hour. You don't know what was happening with the kid and what he have been doing all the day. Now you find that when they went to school, number one, for them to capture and for them to cooperate with others and to have that mind, to bring back their mind in school, it takes a lot of time. Because this is a person that have been using a lot of drugs. Now, for him to come back to school and to focus. Now, look at this. This person have been out for 9 months. Others have engaged even. They have turned into entrepreneur. Now, he's in school. He's not being paid. Nobody is paying him. He's like, now, I'm wasting time. So at the end of the day, you find that what they can do best is to mobilize one another and they ban the school in order for them to go back to what? To the streets.
Okay, so that means that the students are missing home.
The students are missing home. And in fact, I want to thank God because of the government and the way they have laid down some rules and what will happen when you ban the school. But when these students, they have one thing, they have come back to school, one thing they need is a counselor. Because they are suffering psychological problem. They're having psychological problem. Now they need to be counseled. And they need to be told the importance of education. They need to be guided. and to know that what are the benefit of education and why do we need to ban the school. Like yesterday I heard the CS himself talking about why must you ban the building? What have the building done to you? You see something like that. So you find that
but you see, from the point of I also involve students or engage students rather, and you'll get them okay, you'll hear them saying that is the best way and the fastest way to communicate. Yes.
Now, apart from, there are so many things that we can talk about. Let's not base our argument in drugs and so many things. There are so many reasons. Now you find that one, we have this issue of punishment in school. The way teachers are treating students, it's very much important. And also the diet that they are getting in school.
Wazikuwe punished ama namna gani?
Let them be punished.
Si mimi nilikuwa nasema viboko irundishwe, wanyoroshwe.
Let them be caned, but to find that nowadays generation there is kuna saa ya kupiga. Kuna yale makosa ya kupiga.
Kwanza hao wanaonekana ati wanataka anashikwa, ananyoroshwa, ananyenyekeshwa.
One thing
mambo ya kuachilia hao watu bwana wanachoma mashule, mzazi amelipa a lot of money.
Remember punishment, haifai kuleta enmity between a student and a teacher. But you find that our teachers who are in schools, you find that kuna zile modes zenye tunaweza tumia watu wa punish watoto. Like number one, huyu mtoto kwanza amekuwa na drugs na umejua yeye ni drug addict. How do you want to punish that person? Number one, hauwezi kuweka viboko. Ita yule mtoto. Jua shida yake iko na nini. Like in my place, I do deal most na watoto wanatoka slum. Now, huyu mtoto number one, tuko na haja na future yake. Now, kama tuko na haja na future yake na umempata kwa drugs, how do you deal with this case? That is number one. Ita huyo mtoto hapa. Muonyeshe umuhimu wa hii masomo na umuonyeshe ubaya wa nini? Wa drugs, unaelewa? Lakini wakati wewe ni mwalimu umepata mtoto anatumia madawa, you don't just wake up in the morning then unaanza kumchapa. Number one, you are creating enmity between wewe na ule mtoto. Then at the end of the day ana form ka group. Then ile group wakati wana form at the end of the day wana gang against what? A teacher. And for them, kwa sababu wanahitaji yale madawa maana wanayamiss, afadhali tuchome shule. Ndio serikali imesema hakuna punishment, tusiwachape, lakini kuna njia ambayo tunaweza rekebisha haya makosa. Kwa sababu ile kitu tunahitaji kwa mwanafunzi, tunahitaji kuona huyu mwanafunzi ameelimika na amekuwa mtu bora katika jamii yetu.
So the punishment that has to be offered or to be given to any student is supposed to help them reform in what they are doing. Actually, it's not basically to inflict pain. Unajua sisi tulikuwa tunatandikwa na walimu. Ukifika nyumbani unangoja mzazi amengoja na panga. Unaona? So you are like hata badali shule kwa viboko kuliko nyumbani kwa panga. So it's like everybody is supposed to be informed of the kind of punishment that should be administered to every person at every stage.
Remember, let me say this. When you talk about punishment, remember changing is a process and is not a one day thing. Yenye utaambia mtu wacha bangi na wache bangi. Remember mtoto tuseme mfano anaenda kusoma Bungoma High School example na ametoka Mathare. Na ama ametoka kwa slum. Na hiyo kwa slum amekuwa akitumia yale madawa. Wewe mwalimu lazima ukuwe na creativity ya kuleta huyu mtoto karibu. Tutawasaidiaje ili wasichome mashule? Jambo la kwanza, wakati walitoka kwa corona, I thank God because of ministry ilisema let us engage the religious leaders. Wacha tuwalete karibu. Wawafanyie counseling. Let us engage them. Why? Passing of a student and changing of a student is determined by 3 people. 1, a teacher. 2, student. 3, parent. So wakati mtoto amekuja shuleni na anataka kubadilishwa na amefanyiwa counseling, akienda nyumbani afai kurelax. Lakini shida inatokea hapa. Huyo mtoto akiwa shuleni anaambiwa ubaya wa madawa, anaambiwa uzuri wa masomo, akikuja nyumbani wazazi wako busy. Unaelewa kitu kama hicho? So ndio tukuje tupigane na janga la kuchoma mashule na mambo mengi. Hata punishment sio shida sana, lakini wacha tuwalete karibu kwanza. Tuwafanye marafiki zetu. Remember wakati wale watoto wako pale kwa shule ni marafiki zetu. Tuwafanye marafiki. Fanye ule mtoto akuone wewe ni mzazi, akuone kama wewe pia ni ndugu yake.
Mwalimu, I have an issue with a student says I saw a clip somewhere. Anasema hatuwezi fungiwa hapa miezi 11 bwana. I'm missing my girlfriend. The girlfriend is in another school. So anauliza kwa nini wakae hapa miezi 10 wiki 11 and they are missing their girlfriend. Sasa huyu si wa mandawa, huyu ni wa maneno mengine. Anataka aende ashikwe. Sasa
thank you.
this one wants to go home, not because of drugs. So they are going to ban schools purposely to go and meet the boyfriend.
The boyfriend. That one talk about religious. Talk about relationship, sorry. Now, hapa ndio sasa wazazi pia wamefail. In this way, hawa watoto walipokuwa nyumbani, wazazi wengi walijikeep busy. Na wakati walijikeep busy, watoto wakachukua chance na wakajiingiza kwa mambo ambayo hayastahili. Unaelewa? So huyu mtoto kufika mahali mpaka aseme anataka boyfriend wake, huyu ni mtu ambaye wakati alifikuja kwa shule, that one is a very lame excuse. Number one. Now, hapa ndio pia tunahitaji counselors wakuje ndani. Wakuje watuambie, wakuje wa counsel hawa watoto. Wawaambie you are not in prison. You are here only for some days, for some month, then uende. Then another thing, a school, like as a teacher mimi, I teach history. Huyu mtoto nataka apite, huyu mtoto nataka afanye kazi yangu. Whereby huyu mtoto at the end of the day tena nikuje ni mu-educate ama ni mu-counsel na hajafanya homework ni mchape. Remember kwa class unajua nitamchapa ama kuna vile nitamuelimisha. Ataniona sema mwalimu wewe ulishafika ama ulishaoa. Unaona kitu kama hicho. Lakini tunapoleta watu kutoka nje ili wakawaelimishe. Example tulete watu wa kanisa, tulete wachungaji, tulete watu wa kiserikali. Like in our school we do work with different organization. Tuko na Young Life, tuko na administration, that is chief. Tuko na team ya wachungaji, wanawaelimisha. Hawa watoto wanapoelimishwa katika njia ambayo wanaambiwa kuna wakati wa kila jambo, huyu mtoto atabadilika. Hata miss ile kitu alikuwa anataka sana.
Mwalimu, I'm getting you very well. Then there is another case scenario whereby a student is saying hii mitihani yote tunapewa high school pia tuletewe CBC kwanza tuache ukua ranked. That is a student who is arguing, anasema yeye hataki mambo ya position 1, position 2, anataka tu afanye mtihani. Unaona? Ili ya wholesale.
One,
yani somebody is bearing competition. So akisikia mtihani anasema bwana wacha hii kitu ichomeke.
Hiyo ni kitu kinachangia. Na nakumbuka hapo zamani tulikuwa na mocks na zilifanya shule mingi zikachomwa. Like nilikuwa naangalia statistics zenye zilikuwa zinafanywa jana na waziri. Unapata kuna shule zilichomwa sana. And by this time tunaongea ni shule kama 30 something zishachomwa. Na tukirudi katika mambo ya mitihani imeleta shida sana. Lakini ni vipi tutafanya watoto wapende masomo? Unaelewa? Lazima kwanza uelewe watoto ambao tunawafunza wanakaa namna gani. Na hizi mitihani ambazo tunawafunza, kitu ya kwanza lazima ujue, student need to know exams is not there to kill them. Exams is just there to evaluate them. And another thing that wanastahili kujua, passing and failing in exam, it is not the end of what? The end of life. So wakati anasema wacha tuchome shule ndio tusifanye, kitu cha kwanza lazima ajue yeye mwenyewe amefanya nini? Anajaribia maisha. Na mimi nitarudi kwa wazazi. Kitu cha kwanza, mzazi kabla mtoto hajapelekwa kwa shule, kaa na mtoto wako. Muonyeshe umuhimu wa masomo. Hata kama we haukupita, muonyeshe umuhimu wa masomo. Nakumbuka ile wakati tulikuwa tunakuwa wazazi wetu hawakusoma. Lakini ungepata mzazi vile anakumotivate, vile anakuonyesha umuhimu wa masomo, hata ile mitihani utaifanya. Unaona? Lakini kama kuna mambo ambaye hii ni kusema ya kwamba hata mtihani wa kitaifa utolewe yenye haiwezi fanyika, hata wachome ngapi haiwezi fanyika. Lakini mashule mimi nafikiri inastahili kuja na njia ambayo inaweza fanya wale watoto wakapenda ile mitihani. Unaelewa? Na baadaye hakutaona vitu kama hizi.
Is there a possibility that these students are just lazy? You know me, I try to look at these things from different points. Is there a possibility that these people are lazy and they are fearing competition? Because examination, okay, basically examination is not the best way to judge their ability, but it is the only way. Actually, there is the only way, because at least people sema ati watoto sasa ndio wajulikane, this one deserves to go to the next class, ati wapimwe weight, so ni mtihani. So because now these people have to do an exam, why are they running away from exams to a point of banning schools? Because ati sasa mtihani itafanywa, and exams have been there and they will always be there every day in life.
There is this thing, I want to come back to these exams. Kwa shule ukiwa mwalimu kuna categories ya watoto. Tuko na slow learner na tuko na wale quick learner. Na tuko na wale watu ambao hawashiki. Unaelewa? So
wana network.
So wale ambao wana network ndio kuna haja ya kuchoma ili tusifanye. Unaelewa? So ni vipi tutafanya? Ndio maana nasema hizi mitihani we don't need to encourage laziness in school because tutakaposema at the end of the day tukitoa mitihani hakuna mtu ambaye anaweza enda darasa lingine kabla hajafanya mtihani. That is one. Now, na ndio maana nasema mashule, a teacher is a creative person. Ushajua mtoto ni weak.
Yeah.
Ukishajua mtoto ni weak, what do you do to bring this kid ajue umuhimu wa masomo na ajue utamu ya ile masomo na kufanya mtihani? Number one, ministry inatuambia ya kwamba tusije tukawaambia pua kwa mitihani, tuandikie pua, but unamwambia at least umejari you can improve.
Na uoni wewe hawezi improve.
Hata KCSE we have mwenye anapata 0. Amekaa kwa mtihani na anaandika 0 thing. But at the end of the day we are not allowed to write 0. We need to at least tumpatie 01, unaona? So we just need to encourage these lazy students at least to feel like they are part of this what? Of this school, unaona. Lakini another thing inafanya pia watoto wanaogopa mtihani is discrimination. You find that mzazi mwalimu ashajua mfano wako na watoto kama 20 ama watoto kama 40 kwa darasa. Wewe ushajua kama watoto 50 ama watoto not 50 sorry, watoto kama 5 ndio wako wazuri. Hao 5 ndio unawaita kwa room. Unajua wale wengine wata feel like are we not part of this class? Unaelewa? So teachers also need to avoid discriminating student especially during the time ya kufanya nini? Mitihani zetu, unaona? So waweke pamoja. Yes, wote hawezi pita. Lakini waweke pamoja, waonyeshe ya kwamba you are student and you are capable of doing this thing. Na hii mambo ya kuchoma itaisha.
Okay. Still on that, there wale wanasema tumekaziwa. Mbona hakuna games? What is the role that probably the co-curricular activities are playing in as far as the banning of schools is concerned?
Number one, nilikuwa naangalia kalenda ya shule wakati tulirudi especially after pandemic. Niliangalia ya term 2 tulikuwa na midterm na pia tulikuwa na tuko na ya term 3, tuko saa hii tuko na ya term 3 na tuko na ya term 1 hiyo inakuja. Like right now tuko term 2. Ukiangalia term 2 haina midterm. Na ukiangalia ya term 3 haina midterm. Wameweka sasa, si ndio? Haikukuwa nayo, unaona? Sasa unaweza sema kitu ambacho imechangia mpaka kaekewa midterm ni banning of school. Mwanafunzi hawezi kaa kwa shule kutoka miezi 3 flat. Anahitaji kupumzika. Na watoto nafikiri ni vile tu walikosa kuelewa. Government inajaribu kucover the syllabus. Because ukiangalia next term tuko na mitihani 2 zinafanywa. March tunafanya KCSE, then another time at the same year tunafanya tena mtihani. But games, they are very important. Unajua mimi hapa nitasema tu it's laziness. A lazy student will always have excuse. Unaona? Tumefungiwa hapa miezi 9. Hamjafungiwa, kama mngefungiwa tu kuwa na games. Na pia lazima uelewe the reason why tujakuwa na games sana it's because of pandemic. Unaona? Ukiangalia michezo pia hazijarudi. Trips mingi hazijarudi.
So those things student must be meant to understand.
For the student to understand, we need people to come. And who are these people? We have religious leaders. We have the
but now, as you talk about the religious leaders, they have not been allowed to do these meetings in school.
They are not been allowed.
So the back lies with the teacher at the end of the day.
You see, the back light, and that's why we are getting hard work. And we have a very hard time in classes because we find that a teacher cannot do everything. Now look at here. Unastahili umalize syllabus, huyu mtoto anaenda fanya KCSE. Unastahili mwalimu mkuu kuna vitu amekupatia ufanye. Then utapata time gani yenye utaenda kuongelesha yule mtoto? So the government need to give the religious leaders to come on board and talk to these students. But they are not, let me also let me say this, wamealaiwa. Because I remember wakati baada ya corona waliambiwa let us bring them in. Tulete wachungaji, tulete hata kama ni chief, tulete hata kama ni viongozi wa group waje wawaongeleshe. So hapa ni wakati wameongeleshwa wataelewa. So wajakaziwa hapo nitasema wajakaziwa. Lakini watoto wanafaa waelewe mipira na games imekatazwa kwa sababu ya pandemic. Yeah.
So I think those things the students should be meant to understand.
They should meant to understand.
Okay, our time is running out, and I would wish to give you a chance to do your parting shot. And in your parting shot, I would wish you to that there are 3 people here. There is a parent, there is the student, and there is the teacher. What do you tell them?
There is a parent, there is a teacher and there is a student.
Yeah.
Those are very important people in school. Number one, ningependa kuambia mzazi, mtoto hawezi penda shule na hawezi penda masomo pasipo kuwa na support yake. Na pia pasipo kuwa support yake generally. Number two, tuko hapa na mzazi pia. Wazazi watembelee watoto wao mara kwa mara. Wanapofika pia nyumbani tukifunga shule, waende wakae chini na watoto wao. Wawache kuachilia watoto wao ati wanajua kila kitu. Yeah? Wakae nao. Let them have dialogue. Open up. Tell them this thing. At the end of the day, they will understand. Let's come to a teacher. When you talk about a teacher, teachers, I will not blame them so much. I would like to congratulate them first for the good work that they are doing. But also, wasiweke hawa watoto wakakuwa enemy. Wow. Unaona. Kama ni punishment, waangalie ni punishment gani. Kama ni mtoto amekosea kwa njia moja, waangalie vile watawapanish. Kama ni mitihani, wasiwa demoralize. Wawafanye wapende yale masomo ili wakaweze kupita. Kama ni watoto, naye nitawaambia ile kitu iko ni ufanye bidii. Hakuna shortcut. Na usifikirie ukichoma shule hata mchome 10 ati waziri ataamuka aseme KCSE imekansoliwa. It will never be cancelled. That is number one. Cooperate, and also I want to tell them that exams are not there to kill them. They are just there to evaluate them. And also, exams is not the end of life. Today tuko na polytechnics zetu zinafanya, tuko na colleges. Getting an E and getting an D or getting a bad grade does not mean that you fail in life. Kwa hivyo tusije tukachoma shule tukisingizia mitihani. Na pia lazima wajue there is time and season for everything.
Wow. Oh, you got it from Mwalimu William, and he says that there is so much that can be done. Each one of us has a role to play as a parent, as a student, as a teacher, and each one of us must play their role, understanding that we are molding a generation that will be there tomorrow. We are molding a generation that will become doctors tomorrow. We are molding a generation that will make up engineers tomorrow and great people in this world. And that's why we should be very careful as we are doing this. And to our students that are burning the schools out there, our appeal is just simple, that this one is not going to bring a lasting solution to whatever you are crying for. There is always a better way to express whatever your needs are, whatever issues that you have, and it is important to learn to have a clean conversation with the school administration instead of taking the law in your own hands, because at the end of the day sio mtoto atalipa zile vitu zinachomeka pale, ni mzazi. And at the end of the day, this is the same parent that is paying for the school fee. So it is important that our young learners out there understand that it is not good, it is not okay, it is not right, it is illegal. Some of these people are going to be jailed. Some of them, I saw some of them, they are getting charged the chant through Alzon, and you see some of these things are going to cost our young learners things that they may not be able to to come out of these issues even in life. So take care of your life. This has been Dialogue at the Well. We come to you every Saturday at 6 p.m. On Wema TV and all our social media platforms. It is well, it is nice. We wish you a nice evening. God bless you.